Prepare yourselves for a battle of epic proportions between two titans. Feast upon their voices and revel in their words. This is Dueling Ogres.
Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode 162. Thank you for joining us, as always, on this unintelligible Wednesday evening, Earth date, August 1st, 2018. I'm your host, Remington Hitchcock, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Brandon Full. Say hello, Brandon.
I'm gonna bite your arms and legs off like a turd.
Like a turd in the wind.
Oh, we're Venom.
We are Venom.
Man, that trailer.
What about
I know we'll talk about it later, but
you were not impressed.
I just don't know.
Yeah?
I don't like Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I don't like what he's doing with Eddie Brock's voice. It makes absolutely no sense what he's trying to do. What is he trying to do?
I have no idea.
Is he trying like dumb New Yorker?
I don't know.
I'm a journalist or something. I just don't know. It's me, Eddie Brock.
Hey, everybody there. I don't even know what's going on. Why is there a thing in my face?
The person you're working for is a bad person. It's just, I don't know.
Are we sure we don't just want to jump right in and talk about it?
I guess we'll just jump right in and talk about it.
So,
what did you think about the Venom trailer?
I think it looks interesting, but you are right. It's apparently a thing that's been going around the internet where people are just like, what the fuck is, I can't understand what they're saying. It's like 50% of the people can't understand what's going on because you can't understand Venom or Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, oh, the filters that they're using for Venom. No, it's Tom Hardy also can't speak, apparently.
It's the same thing with Batman before it came out, and people were like, you can't understand Bane at all.
Right. So they just re-recorded all the dialogue, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still, from what I understand, have a hard time understanding what the hell he's saying.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like Tom Hardy's thing.
Yeah, maybe that's why he didn't have a whole lot of lines in the remake of Mad Max.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually don't know if he did or not, to be honest.
Not really.
Did he not?
He was kind of kept, I mean, he had some lines, he talked, but he was pretty much relegated to side character.
Oh, did you actually see it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that.
I see movies sometimes.
I see movies, Remington. Why don't you?
I thought it was really good, too.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think we talked about it on the podcast, actually.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Because there was a dude with a flaming guitar that was fucking awesome.
Yeah. We did talk about it. Mm-hmm. I don't have a memory for things, though.
Yeah, I don't remember nothing.
I don't remember nothing.
I don't remember nothing because I'm a reporter telling the stories on the newspaper.
On the newspaper because I can't do actual news so nobody understand what I'm saying.
Oh no, now I'm a Venom.
Now I'm Bobcat Goldthwait! There's a throwback for all you old fuckers. Bobcat Goldthwait.
Instead of a symbiote, it's a Bobcat.
I'm gonna hit your face!
I mean, I like Venom as a character, too.
Yeah, do you like bad Venom, good Venom, or any Venom?
Any Venom.
Any Venom?
Any Venom. Any Venom in a storm.
Any Venom. Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Just
I don't know.
Naming characters now? Naming people?
Naming people. Yep. That's what I do here because nobody understands what I'm saying anyway.
This is a reporter. I got a list of names I got to look at. I'm from New York now. I'm Eddie Brock.
I'm Dr. Steve Rule. That's all for you newbies out there.
Yeah. So until next week, Ogres.
Sorry, I was setting down my thing.
I was going to say that died out pretty quick.
So, but yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting. I don't know about the whole dialogue thing.
Yeah.
And then that one scientist chick who says symbiote. Like throughout in fact, other people say symbiote in the movie. And yet she still insists upon saying symbiote.
Symbiote?
Yeah.
It's a symbiote.
Yeah, no, it's a symbiote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everybody around you, did nobody tell her that that's not how you say it?
Maybe it's just one of those things where she said it so long nobody wants to correct her.
Maybe.
like if you were to correct her at this point, it would be really uncomfortable because she would realize I'm like, oh my god, I've been saying symbiote.
Well, here's the problem with
For
that is that you
6
would think
months.
that the internet, I mean, granted, obviously there are bigger problems here, but the internet is pretty brutal when it comes to picking on a minor mistake from people.
Yeah.
So you think that maybe she's already had I haven't seen any news about it though. Even in the darker parts of the web, I haven't heard anybody bitching about her mispronouncing symbiote.
Yeah.
But then again, nobody actually corrected us on Viscount and Viscount until way later.
I actually was watching a YouTube video where they were talking about Viscounts and they pronounced it Viscounts. So I don't feel as bad now.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, I still feel bad.
Well, you should always feel a little bad.
Yeah. Just in general.
Yeah.
Just in life.
You should always feel a little guilty about something.
It keeps you grounded. So how have you been, Brandon?
I've been pretty good.
That's good.
Yep.
I like how we covered a story before we got into banter.
I know.
It's weird. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I know.
Let's never do that again.
I feel like we shouldn't discuss how we are now.
Yeah.
Because we've already got stories.
Yeah. I don't like it.
So speaking of stories, Remy.
No, we're not going to do that. We're still going to talk about it. We're just never going to do that again.
I have really nothing exciting to say. I've started to unpack some of my stuff from my apartment
That's good.
to try to make it feel more homey.
Yay.
I'm feeling better than I was last week.
Good.
So I would say I'm in the positive.
Yes. So there's like 0 and you're just normal.
Yeah.
And then, well, not even normal. You're just getting by, I would say. 0 is getting by. And then you have your negatives and your positives.
No, I'm above 0.
No, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. You're above 0.
0's
now.
getting by, yeah.
Yeah, 0, you're just like, I hate life, but I'm not going to kill myself. So I'm at a 0.
Yeah.
And then better than that is anything better than that, you're in the positive.
I would say I was at a -2 last week.
Yeah.
And I'm at a regular 2 this week.
Well, that's good. That's a good improvement.
Yeah, that's 4 points.
I was thinking
on this completely made up scale
on
we
this
just
completely
created.
arbitrary scale of feeling. I'm equating it to the audio scale in decibels. That's what it is. In my brain, that's how I feel it.
Decibels?
Decibels.
No, it doesn't work.
No, it's stupid.
Yeah, I'm sorry, audience.
Now you're down to a 1.
Yeah. I just lost a point.
See, I was thinking like grades like 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, but you went all the way up to 2, and I was just like, okay.
I was thinking out of like 5.
Oh, you were thinking like a 0 to 5?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking a 0 to 10 either way.
Okay. So if it's 0 to 10, I guess I'd be at 4.
That's even better.
Yeah.
I like that. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's pretty positive.
Mm-hmm. But that's the nature of bipolar. Who knows where I'll be next week?
Oh.
The medication can only do so much, Remington.
Yeah. I'm still a huge...
Now I'm back at a 2 again.
I'm still a huge proponent of Coke.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I know, just like last week, you're still... And nothing bad has ever happened to anybody who's done cocaine.
Just riding that Coke train.
Yeah.
This is stupid. How have I been, you say?
Yes, Remington. How have you been?
Yesterday I was a grumpy little bitch.
Okay.
But otherwise I've been doing well. Today, I got paid. I get paid twice a month. Not bi-weekly, but twice a month. Today I bought my first stock.
Really?
It feels weird and adulty, and I don't know. So I've been using an app for a while called Stock Trainer, and they give you like, I think it's like $20,000 fake money, basically, so you can experiment with buying and selling stocks. So I bought into a bunch of things that I know, or that I can at least keep track of, and ended up making $5 or $6 grand.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Through this fake, mind you, this is a fake app that gave me fake money to fake buy fake stocks.
Yes. So it's not real.
But the data is based on the real stock market. So if I would have had $20,000 and bought those stocks at the time that I did, I'd be $6 grand richer.
Okay.
After like a year and a half's time. So not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. And that was with mostly leaving it. Like I didn't really buy and sell a whole lot. So that's kind of a plus. Having it be very turnkey isn't exactly the word that I'm looking for, but like not doing anything, very passive about it.
Okay, yeah.
So I've made $6,000 in a year and a half in stocks by being passive in a fake land.
Which company did you get the most from? Was there one that really raised it, or was it kind of cumulative between all of them?
I would say it was mostly cumulative, but that being said, I think my biggest return, because I bought a varied number of stocks between them. So like Nintendo, I bought 50 shares. Activision Blizzard, I bought 10 shares. The biggest increase, I would say, between them, I would say would be a toss-up between Blizzard and Netflix, with Take-Two Interactive close behind.
Okay.
So I bought 10 shares of Activision Blizzard at $37 a share, and now it's up to $73 a share.
Damn.
So that means I've made $360 from Blizzard.
Yeah.
Take-Two, I bought 10 shares at $48.48. It's up to $112. So that's a positive of $638.
Okay.
And Netflix, I bought 5 shares at $117 a pop. It's now up to $338.
Jesus.
So that's a positive of $11,005.
How did it jump
Or
so
$1,105. What?
How did it jump so much?
Well, this is, I mean, like I said, I don't know if it actually tells me when I bought these. Yeah, I don't think it actually tells me when I purchased. If it does, I can't find it right now. Why did it jump so much? I don't know. Just the whims of the market. There's no, I mean, there is rhyme or reason to it, but it's all very volatile.
I like to think it's stock ghosts.
Yeah.
There's some sort of spirits that inhabit the stocks and they go spooky up or spooky down.
Okay.
So do you want to share which stock you bought?
Sure, I can. I bought 1 stock of AMD.
Alternate mudding discos.
No, like AMD, the tech company.
Oh, you mean average man children
Death? Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm familiar.
Yeah. I bought 1 stock of AMD at $18.48.
Atlas Mines Dirt.
Yes.
Sorry.
That too.
Once I get on that, I just can't help but keep going with it. It's like my brain's just like, go for another one. There's no thinking involved. It's just my mouth is putting, you can hear it as my brain is just putting words together in whatever order I can find them.
Yeah, I get it.
AMD stands for age-related macular degeneration, apparently.
No, No.
Or Armenian drams.
No.
Advanced micro devices.
Advanced micro devices. There we go. You got it. I got sidetracked. Advanced micro devices. Well, thanks for looking that up for me, Brandon.
So do you plan on buying more stock?
Eventually, yeah. I would like to. Especially if I can start getting things to turn over, 100%. So, like, say AMD in the next few weeks has a massive boost. Well, I made, and that 1840 or the 1868 that I bought it at turns into, $37.
Mm-hmm.
Then I might take half of that and put it back into something else.
Oh, okay.
I don't know yet. I don't know for sure. This is all the problem is that I don't have enough money to buy multiple stocks.
Yeah.
So I just
you don't really have any wiggle room. You have the one singular stock.
Yeah, I have the one stock. The one stock to rule them all is apparently AMD. But it's just a matter of like the neat thing about these different apps. If you want to know which one I'm using, you can just send me an email at remington@duelingogres.com. I don't want to reveal it here. Not because it's secretive, but because there's perks if we both use it.
You slimy motherfucker.
Exactly. There's the one that I am using will help you out getting stocks if you invite friends. So
if you invite people, it'll give you tips?
Basically, something like that. You get like a free stock or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And you have a percentage chance to get like a decent one, like Apple or Microsoft or something like that. But anyway, so if you want to know that, send me an email. I'll share it out that way.
That sounds cool. I've always thought buying stock would be cool. It seems so adult and official.
It does. I remember doing it way back in high school when like I would use, I think it was one of the, I don't remember what the class was exactly, but we were talking about stocks. I think it was Mr. Who was the one that we always thought that he had booze in his coffee?
Sarah.
I like how that's
Yeah.
I think it was in Mr. Sorrow's class, which I think he was a history teacher.
Yeah.
And we fiddled around with, he said, here's, I want you to go look up some stocks, pick out some ones that you kind of know about, and we'll do a little experiment to see how things go for you.
Okay.
So I don't remember exactly how any of that turned out, but it was fun while I did it, because at the time I was using Instant Messenger, and if you recall Instant Messenger, you could actually go in and set your stocks.
Yeah.
So you could watch your stocks as in a little ticker along the bottom of the application. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it was at the top. It doesn't matter where it was, but you could do that.
I never used it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I had those stocks running for as long as I used AOL Instant Messenger. Now, I didn't have the ability to buy stocks at that time, and now it's so much easier, because it used to be that you didn't, anybody who didn't know a ton about the stock market but wanted to get into stocks, you would get a broker and this and that. But now all of the information that you need is really at your fingertips, including buying stocks.
So you bought it through that unnamed app, right?
Yes, I bought it through the unnamed app. There's no broker fee. It's just...
Did they get a percentage? Does the app get a percentage, though?
No.
No?
Nope.
So what's the benefit to the app? How do they make money?
They have a gold membership thing. Get up to 2 times buying power and bigger instant deposits. So it's for people who have already had a fairly successful run going. For somebody who's just piddling around like I am, gold buying power, money that they lend to buy stocks in the stock market, you can invest more and keep the profits. So you can sign up for that, and you can do larger deposits so you can buy more at the time. It's instant access instead of a 3-day hold that they usually do.
Oh, okay.
So that sort of thing. There's perks to basically getting and giving your money quicker. Being able to do it more efficiently and faster. Yeah, that would probably be a good thing for somebody who does a lot of day trading. And do you know what day trading is? Do you know the concept of it?
Trading during the day, I assume.
Trading stuff back and forth during the day as it fluctuates.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, that's the simplest version as I understand it. Is that, so say I bought this AMD stock in the early morning when it was $17.92, and then I sell it again at $18.68 later in the day. That's day trading. So I bought the stock and then I immediately sold it later when it was at a higher value.
Okay, so you're making little bits of money, but you're doing it on a large
on a larger scale. Right, yeah.
So I wasn't wrong by saying it was trading during the day, at least.
No, you weren't.
Nailed it.
Trading during open hours. So anyway, I don't know. I'm pretty excited to dip my little toe into the stock market. It's the smallest amount of my toe.
Yeah, the barest, the pinky.
Yeah, not even like a massive stock or over $100. I still want to buy a Blizzard stock though.
How much is that?
78 right now.
Damn.
Yeah, it was 34 when I bought in with the fake money though. So
it's got to be getting up higher with Battle for Azeroth coming out.
Actually, Battle for Azeroth is in mixed company. Really, more what it is the esport thing becoming bigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they have Overwatch. Heroes of the Storm still isn't their big property, but it counts. Hearthstone tournaments took off for a little bit there. Every time they do seasons for that, there's the Hearthstone stuff. Diablo, the new season of Diablo started as well. There's a pretty high... And all of that stuff, all of that real-life stuff affects the market.
Yeah.
So the more people are playing, the more people are spending money, the more people are buying, and that increases the stock.
Oh yeah, I meant to mention I played Starfinder this past weekend.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, totally off subject from stocks at all.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
The
I'm done talking about them anyway.
The space-themed D&D adventure.
Right, yeah.
The space-themed Pathfinder.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of stories or anything. I just wanted to mention it. I've been dying to play Starfinder forever, and I went and played in the Starfinder Society.
Oh.
Which I'm still not 100% familiar with the rules, so forgive me if I'm getting some of this wrong. But you go and you sign up and you're given your Starfinder number, or your Pathfinder Society number.
Okay.
And that is yours officially no matter where I go. So I had to write this number down. I took a screenshot of it.
Oh, wow.
Anywhere I go that's playing Starfinder Society, I give them my number and I earn points.
Oh.
So I now have my character sheet. I made a character named Arcade, a rat person named Arcade.
Okay.
You don't get to keep any items that you find. So like if I kill a character and he has sweet armor, I can take the armor and wear it, but I don't get to keep it at the end of the adventure.
Okay.
At the end of the adventure, the DM who runs it gives you a list of everything you found during the adventure, and you have to buy it.
Huh.
So you have credits that you earn. So he's like, okay, you earned 734 credits for this adventure. Here's a list of things you can buy. And there's weapons and armor, and some of the stuff is more than I can afford.
Right.
Because I can take this character in these character sheets from Starfinder Society to Starfinder Society.
Right.
So I can take my character Arcade to a different comic book shop run by somebody completely different and sit down with my character and keep anything I found.
Gotcha.
So that's how Starfinder Society balances it, so you don't show up with a character that you played in a homebrew campaign that
That's
you're
OP.
like, yeah, we're first level, but he gave us boots of flying and ring of whatever and blah, 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 blah.
Right, right.
There's a list, a trail of every credit you earned and everything you bought, so a DM can look at your sheet and be like, there's no way you could actually own this right now.
Right.
Which is really cool.
That is.
I like
it's
it.
Definitely a good way to keep the balance.
Yeah, it's weird. It was weird finding stuff and not being able to keep it.
Yeah.
But it's neat, it makes sense, and I'm looking forward to playing Starfinder Society again.
That's cool.
Yeah. You get the way whenever we finished it, because we helped out a certain corporation, I got a corporation boon.
Uh-huh.
So I have that on my character sheet. Next time I play, I can activate this boon at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And it gives my character a boon. It gives my character a plus with this specific corporation.
Right.
So now,
like, you get a 10% discount on anything that you purchase from this.
Exactly. I get a 20% discount on any augmentations I buy for my body.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's other boons, like whenever we were playing this campaign, there's a company called the Aberdeen Company, which is like they worship the god of stocks markets, basically.
Okay, yeah.
The god of stock market and technology. So during the campaign, the DM was like, is there anybody who has a boon or infamy with the Aberdeen Corporation?
Uh-huh.
And one guy had infamy with the Aberdeen Corporation. So he's like, okay, that's good to know. That's going to affect how you're treated.
Right.
But he earned infamy in a different campaign. The DM just tells him, okay, you've earned infamy, write that down.
Huh. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And that really adds a new kind of layer to playing these games. That's really neat.
Yeah, I like it. And you don't earn experience points.
Yeah.
Just every 3 games that you play, you level up.
Oh, really?
So every 3 Starfinder Society games I play in, I will hit next level.
So they just assume that it takes an average of 3 sessions to level up.
Roughly. They balance the campaigns for, like, the one I was playing in was made for 1st to 4th level.
Yeah.
Me and 2 other guys were 1st level, and then the 4th guy was 4th level.
Yeah.
So he just we sent him in for everything.
Sure, yeah.
It was kind of a bummer because I played a mechanic class.
Yeah.
So their whole focus is on engineering and computers. So like being a hacker. This guy was playing a technomancer.
Oh.
So his skills
far surpassed yours.
His skills were the same focus as mine, but they were way better.
Yeah.
So my character, I didn't have any money to buy armor, so I had absolutely no armor. I spent all my money on a data jack for my brain where I could plug something into my brain to be able to hack computers a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I had that and a semi-automatic pistol.
Okay.
Was all I could spend my money on. My entire focus was going to be hacking doors and helping out behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But this guy's skills were so much better that as soon as a computer needed hacked, they were like, hey, man, 4th level guy, you can hack that.
Yeah.
So I died, or I went to 0 3 times during this 4-hour campaign.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I would feel like I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to be that guy. You know,
he was a very nice guy. It's nothing on him, but I was a little annoyed.
right?
I wish we all would have been
I
first level.
Well, not even that, but like, don't just rely on the highest level guy to do everything for you. Like, I if I were the fourth level guy in this particular campaign, I would have been like, no, why don't you go do this part?
Yeah.
And then if for some reason you can't succeed, I'll come along and help. You know, the apprenticeship mentality would have been a good way to play that in game.
Yeah.
Just be like, you're his apprentice. So he makes you do everything first. And then if for some reason it doesn't succeed, then
he was getting fucking crazy rolls. The guy would be like, okay, roll an engineering check. And he'd roll a 9. Yeah. And then be like, does a 27 do it? Like, I don't know how he had the ranks he did or where exactly what his buffs were, but it was fucking crazy. He had like 16s and 17s to stuff.
Yeah.
My highest was a 9, which I thought going in with computers, I was like, I'm adding a 9 to anything I roll.
Yeah.
I'm going to destroy it.
Yeah. No. But without having any, I mean, did you have any inkling of the DCs, though?
No, not really.
Okay, because I was going to say, maybe a 9 doesn't mean much in computer land. Maybe it's a bunch of 1s and 0s. It's still
kind of like your basic simple lock is 20.
Yeah.
In D&D, you want to pick a lock. A simple lock is 15 or 20. A computer lock is going to be about the same thing to like unlock a mag lock.
Right.
So yeah, Starfinder Society was a lot of fun. I can't wait to play it again.
Yeah.
That's the end of my story.
It was a good story, Brandon.
Yeah. I was a rat person.
So let's move into actual. Well, I could see that. I don't want to phrase it that way because then it seems like your story was trivial. Let's move into stories that we weren't a part of.
Let's move into actual important things now.
Let's talk about real news, Brandon. Not your stupid news.
Time Bandits. You know Time Bandits?
Yeah, I remember Time Bandits.
It's being developed into a TV show.
Interesting.
It's going to be on Apple TV, executive produced by Terry Gilliam.
I hadn't heard about that. I don't know. There's a lot of room for adventure in that.
Oh, yeah.
Just an infinite amount of room for that. I wonder if it'll have the same kind of feel of those, 80s, 90s, basically Monty Python-esque
I hope so.
feels. I wonder if they'll stick a lot to the practical effects and make everybody look dirty as hell.
Yeah. Man, Time Bandits was such a great movie.
It was.
I hope they don't try to go super sleek with it. There's been this sort of habit that streaming TV has, like Black Mirror on Netflix has it.
Uh-huh.
Then Philip K. Dick has a show on Amazon TV.
Okay.
That's based off of the future. So it's like short vignettes. Each episode is its own standalone episode.
Yeah.
That tells a story about something in the future. And they all focus on very shiny, everything is plasticine and shiny in the future.
Yeah.
I hope that they don't follow that same format with Time Bandits.
I would hope so too. I mean, the long and short of it is it doesn't matter how far into the future we go, there will always be remnants of the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the same way that we still have, these grand cathedrals and Egyptian monuments and that are made out of stone and granite and old marbles, and not marbles like glass marbles, but marble.
Or around here, there's the marble factory. So literally marbles.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it.
You just overlay the new on the old.
You have, the terrorist attacks in Egypt and the Middle East, where you have terrorists with machine guns fighting outside of amphitheaters that are not hundreds of thousands of years old, but are tens of thousands of years old.
Yeah.
Fighting by pyramids while you're throwing grenades.
Yeah.
That kind of juxtaposition between new and old.
Yeah. It's like you said, it's a really interesting juxtaposition between everything. And that's the way that the future should be. A movie that did a little bit better of a job with that was The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Where at least in the city in New York, where he was driving the cab, they just built the city higher and higher.
Mm-hmm.
So you were always flying in between buildings and stuff, but the ground was like thousands of feet below you, it seemed like.
That's the kind of future I like too.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Shadowrunner and that sort of weird future where companies rule everything and it might be a little bit shiny, but right below the surface you still have the old world that's super dirty.
Yeah, the grime and the grit of everyday living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like Blade Runner did a good job of
Blade Runner did a good job of that as well.
Like future noir almost.
Yeah. And then there's another Netflix series too that did that. I don't remember what it's called now, but I ended up watching that one at work.
Was it
Yeah,
yeah, you did a little Peter Griffin laugh. Was it a series or a movie?
Series.
Okay.
And I feel like it was on Sci-Fi first, but it did a very similar thing. But like the upper class they all had clones.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And you never died because you always had a clone.
Yeah. I heard that series is really good.
It was really good. But anyway.
Time Bandits, remind me though, before we move on from this.
Yes.
Did it take place in the future? Time Bandits took place in the now, right? And then it jumped around?
It was primarily in the past, I think. Like, when they were going through history. It was the past up to the point where they faced the big bad. And I don't know if that was supposed to take place in the future or if it was just in the now.
Okay.
For the characters, of course, it was in the now. But I think I don't think that they went to the future. I think it just took them almost to a different realm of existence. It was more than just time involved in that. I think
they were going through alternate dimensions and stuff too.
Yeah.
So that would be fun as a TV show. Either as a cohesive story or almost like not a monster of the week, but an era of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very interesting. I mean, are they going to pull in a whole bunch of little people to be the main characters?
Because that was the main crew, wasn't it?
Yeah, the main crew were a bunch of little people.
It's been so long since I've seen Time Bandits. I remember loving it, but it's been a long time.
I think the main thing was they had stolen something from the guy. They stole
a map.
They stole a time map from God.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it was.
Yeah, because he was the big glowing face.
Yeah, he was the big floating ephemeral head, and return the map. And they ended up in the bedroom of a child, and ended up taking the child on these time adventures.
Yeah.
And I think the other guy was supposed to be the devil. The bad was supposed to be the devil, maybe. Or at least a demon of some kind. I'm not 100% sure, because it's been a while for me, too. I think the last time that I watched Time Bandits was probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's probably been close to that for me as well.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the bad guy in it. Yeah. But I remember the premise being cool, and I think a TV show would be neat.
Yeah.
I won't watch it because I don't own an Apple TV. Maybe if it comes to Netflix or releases on Blu-ray at some point, I will.
Yeah.
Or I sail the 7 seas and find it on there. But as far as Apple TV goes, I have no interest in owning one.
Right, for sure. Me either. I have no inkling to pay way more for technology than is rightfully necessary.
Well, there's so many damn streaming services now.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That it's getting overwhelming. Everybody having their own little fucking streaming service. We had John Cleese as Robin Hood, Sean Connery as King Agamemnon, Ian Holm as Napoleon, Ralph Richardson as the Supreme Being, David Warner as Evil. God, David Warner.
Who's David Warner?
Did you see the original Tron?
No.
Okay. Trying to think of something that he played in that you would know. Wow, he did voices in The Amazing World of Gumball? Really? Okay, do you remember Titanic?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember that there was the main bad guy who was...
I remember nothing about Titanic.
The main bad guy was Billy Zane. He was like the guy, he was the betrothed to...
Okay, yeah.
And he had a bodyguard who was very silent and stone-faced and...
And that's David Warner?
And that's David Warner.
Okay.
Do you have any kind of remembrance of it at all?
I'm shaking my head no, listeners. I'm shaking my head no very hard. He does look familiar, though.
Anyway, he's a fairly prolific British actor.
Okay. We always fall down Wikipedia or IMDb holes. Partially, I think, because I don't know who anybody is.
That's fine. It's fine. half the time I don't remember their names, but I know like half a dozen things that they've been in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that one guy from that one movie.
He was in that thing.
He was in that thing with the stuffs. Yeah. Anyway, Time Bandits.
That's the Time Bandits
That's
story.
the Time Bandit story. Dumb. That was dumb. Let's never do that again.
Why not?
So, Brandon, Star Wars Rebels, we've talked about.
Damn right we have, Remington.
Because it's definitely one of my favorite series.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll be, it's out on Blu-ray. And apparently, to fully wrap it up, the 4th season on Blu-ray is offering a deep dive into the show's creation with a whole bunch of extra experiences, including like in-depth interviews with the cast and crew, some stuff that's out on the internet, but also stuff that hasn't been, and with a lot of extra commentary by like Dave Filoni, who's the showrunner. He's the one who always has the cowboy hat on. Like, whenever you've heard of the Clone Wars, you've seen this guy. I know you've seen it.
Oh, yeah. He looks like a smashed version of Kid Rock.
Smashed version? What?
Like if you took Kid Rock and smashed him down.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're getting at there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a smaller, chunkier version of Kid Rock, but with a cowboy hat on. Because sometimes Kid Rock wears a cowboy hat and sometimes he does not.
Yeah. A lot of times he does.
That's true. But anyway, yes, Dave Filoni. But he's the one who is behind the Clone Wars, Rebels, the return of Clone Wars. I think he's done some work on some of the other stuff as well. Forces of Destiny, Star Wars Resistance, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Those are he's mostly been in the Star Wars world for the past, like 20 years.
So Rebels is done, right?
Yes, Rebels is completed.
The Rebels that's out right now on Blu-ray is all of Rebels.
Yes, there was 4 seasons.
Okay.
And the final season wrapped everything up kind of at the edge of Rogue One.
Okay.
So it was right before we had the Death Star, that sort of thing, is where it wrapped up. And this is where, in the last 2 seasons, they introduced Grand Admiral Thrawn. And
then is Rebels where Ahsoka shows back up too at the end?
Yes, Ahsoka shows up throughout the series. I think she disappears for 1 season. Only they do callbacks, but then I think she comes back. Yeah, she comes back.
Does she play a major part?
She definitely covers some major story arcs.
All right.
She has a part to play. I feel like most of the characters in Rebels had fairly equal billing within each other. I mean,
so it's not like one character show through most of Rebels.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the primary character would have been Ezra, but even still, I mean, we had story arcs for everybody. Kind of a really good look into the character development of every major character in the show.
Apparently there's a rumor that Grand Admiral Thrawn might show up in the newest Star Wars movie.
That would be really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Probably just a rumor. I'd be surprised if they brought a character like Grand Admiral Thrawn for one movie when he's such a prolific character.
Maybe, but at the same time, I mean, it shows the cross-pollination in the franchise, though. Because, we see Grand Admiral Thrawn's story, at least some of it, in Rebels.
Yeah.
And he's got his own backstory that they didn't even really touch upon that much. Him rising through the ranks in the Empire.
Yeah.
Because if we are to stick to Timothy Zahn's original stories about Grand Admiral Thrawn, he was more of, not necessarily a pariah, but it was peculiar for a non-human to be an admiral in the Empire. Because apparently the Empire is very speciesist.
Yeah.
If you're not a human character, then it's unlikely that you would rise through the ranks to become an admiral, no less.
He's just such a master tactician.
Yeah.
That he's able to rise himself up through it.
Yes, exactly. That's the reason why Grand Admiral Thrawn is such an outlier and how he sticks out like a sore thumb within the Empire.
God, I would be so excited to see Grand Admiral Thrawn in the Star Wars movie.
Yeah, in a real setting.
Yeah, I love those books.
Yeah, they were really good. Other things that we will find on the Blu-ray is a couple of different original content pieces. Ghost of Legends is a 28-minute series of featurettes on the main characters and most pivotal seasons moments. Force of Rebellion is a 15-minute dive into the nature of light and darkness. Force of Rebellion is a 15-minute dive into the nature of the light and dark side, narrated by Filoni, that tastefully uses footage from the movies, the Clone Wars, and Rebels. And then Kevin Kiner, The Rebels Symphony, looks at one of the show's unsung heroes, its composer. The music in it was just as good as you'd expect to hear from any Star Wars film.
Okay, wow.
This packs a lot into 10 minutes, the article on CNET.com says, revealing how he worked with his sons to craft the music, including character themes, his approach to scoring most of the pivotal moments throughout the series, and when he chose to lean on John Williams' iconic work for the movies. So definitely, if you liked the Clone Wars and haven't seen Rebels, absolutely a good series to check out. If you did watch Rebels, a great Blu-ray to pick up as well.
Yeah, that all sounds really interesting.
I know that you keep talking about wanting to maybe sit down and actually get a chance to watch through Clone Wars
and Rebels.
So yeah, it would be a good trip for sure. Like I said last episode,
I got Netflix again, so
yes,
I'll have to check and see if Clone Wars is still on there.
Fantastic. John Boyega posted an
you pronounced it wrong, Remington. It's John Boyega.
John Boyega posted an Instagram picture where he is welcoming Naomi Ackie to the Star Wars franchise. And Naomi Ackie is a British actress who is going to be playing in the new Star Wars film. And there is speculation that Finn is going to have a new look because of this picture. Of course, it's filming right now.
Yeah.
And while the picture isn't a still from the movie itself, it looks like John Boyega has a different hairdo, something that's going to potentially set him apart from the Finn before, because apparently the big thing was merchandise and how a lot of the characters that had come out, there was a lot of similarities. There wasn't anything to really break it up. So they all looked very, not exactly like each other, but there wasn't a whole lot to break up the characters.
You mean like from one movie to the next?
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of variety.
Yeah, Finn looked about the same. Daisy Ridley at least had longer hair.
Yeah. It looks like they're really going to try and break up the costuming in order to market different toys.
So you think that's why they made the choice?
That's what this particular article is speculating to. And I would agree with it, Part of that is absolutely a thing. It's all about the business aspect of it as well and what you can milk out of the property.
Star Wars is a massive marketing monster.
Yeah. So when toy sales are down because, and the reports that you're getting from the street is that everybody just kind of looks the same, then you absolutely want to break it up in the next film.
Yeah. I don't know. Give him a mustache or something.
I don't know. Just
give Daisy a face tattoo. Hold her down. We don't care.
That would be just one like dark line around the left eye or something like that,
Give C-3PO a red arm.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they already did that.
They did, and a leg, silver leg and red arm.
Yeah.
Some people forget about the silver leg.
Silver leg, red arm. That would be an awesome name for the C-3PO R2-D2 movie.
It would, because you can't really do anything to R2. R2 is an icon of himself.
Yeah.
I'll buy 1,000 R2 toys. I don't care if they all look the same.
I want them in different sizes.
Yeah. So yeah, nothing like jaw-dropping or anything, but it looks like the primary point of the picture is he almost has these kind of, I don't know if you would call that like dreads or...
Yeah, it looks like mini dreadlocks or something on top of his head.
Yeah. It doesn't look like he has any kind of costuming on at all. He's just wearing a sleeveless black tank top of some kind, like a sports tank top.
Yeah.
and it looks like he's hugging. I mean, you can't really see the face, but I assume that based on the Instagram that he's hugging Naomi Aki. So yeah, I don't know, just a little bit of gossip, as it were. What else do you have?
They also tweeted, J.J. Abrams tweeted a picture from the first day of filming.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Do you have it there?
I had it up and then I closed it back down again. For some reason.
Summon a bitch.
The problem is it doesn't really show much of anything.
Oh yeah.
John Boyega tweeted first day of filming done. I'm sorry, John Boyega tweeted first day of filming done with this picture.
Oh.
It looks like the inside of maybe a droid or a spaceship or something.
Yeah. Definitely interesting. There's a lot going on in that picture.
Yeah.
A lot going on, but also at the same time a whole lot of nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very cool, though.
Yeah, it's neat looking. There's nothing there to really speculate about.
No, not at all. Also, John Boyega, keep your damn phone off set.
I mean, obviously they let him do that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's not like sneaking his phone on set. Like, got him.
Got him.
Do you want to talk about the rumor that Disney may be meeting with James Gunn about possibly reinstating him back into his job?
Yeah, let's do that.
So, Remington, did you hear the rumor that Disney may be meeting with James Gunn about possibly reinstating him back into his job?
I did hear about it just today.
Yeah.
So, yes, I did hear about this, Brandon, but do tell me more.
That's all there is so far.
It's
a rumor. There's probably a basis to the rumor somewhere.
Okay, so there is. I don't know. Did you not hear about any of the things going on about?
No, I didn't. I just read that there was a rumor that Disney was in talks to bring James Gunn back.
Yeah, I don't know how true the actual rumor is, but the cast members, Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Bradley Cooper, they all published an open letter Monday on Twitter urging the studio to reverse its decision to fire Gunn after his old joke tweets resurfaced earlier this month. So the open letter reads, "To our fans and friends, we fully support James Gunn. We were all shocked by his abrupt firing last week and have intentionally waited these 10 days to respond in order to think, pray, listen, and discuss. In that time, we've been encouraged by the outpouring of support from fans and members of the media who wish to see James reinstated as director of Volume 3, as well as discouraged by those so easily duped into believing that many outlandish conspiracy theories surrounding him. Being in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies has been a great honor in each of our lives. We cannot let this moment pass without expressing our love, support, and gratitude for James. We are not here to defend his jokes of many years ago, but rather to share our experience having spent many years together on set making Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. The character he has shown in the wake of his firing is consistent with the man he was every day on set, and his apology, now and from years ago when first addressing these remarks, we believe is from the heart, a heart we all know, trust, and love. In casting each of us to help him tell the story of misfits who find redemption, he changed our lives forever. We believe the theme of redemption has never been more relevant than now. Each of us looks forward to working with our friend James again in the future. His story isn't over, not by a long shot. There is little due process in the court of public opinion. James is likely not the last good person to be put on trial. Given the growing political divide in this country, it's safe to say instances like this will continue, although we hope Americans from across the political spectrum can ease up on the character assassinations and stop weaponizing mob mentality. It is our hope that what has transpired can serve as an example for all of us to realize the enormous responsibility we have to ourselves and to each other regarding the use of our written words when we etch them in digital stone. That we as a society may learn from this experience and in the future will think twice before we decide what we want to express. And in so learning, perhaps can harness this capability to help and heal instead of hurting each other. Thank you for taking the time to read our words, the Guardians of the Galaxy." And it's signed by Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Bradley Cooper, Sean Gunn, Michael Rooker, and Palm, whose name I can never pronounce. Palm Clementif, who played Mantis, for those of you who didn't know what her name was and how properly butchered it could be by a lowly podcaster.
Clemente.
Pob Clementif. She's like French Canadian, something like that.
Okay.
And Asian as well.
Frasian.
Yes. So anyway, that's the open letter to the public, and that's why, I don't want to get too far back into it. This is just more of an update, but it all comes back to these. I feel like these companies want to make sure that everybody likes their stuff, and if there is a potential for harm to the franchise, they immediately pull the trigger and react way more than they need to.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's necessary. So we'll probably come back and touch on it. I know Terry chimed in a little bit just in regard to the situation in the comments. So we'll pop back into it when we read the comments. All right, so moving on to tech news. Facebook and Instagram are going to have a way to show you on mobile how many minutes you are spending using them. So what do you think about this, Brandon?
I don't want to know how much time I spend on Facebook.
Do you not? Do you really spend a lot of time on Facebook?
I would say I check Facebook quite a bit. I mean, I always have my phone with me, so if I'm bored, if I'm not doing anything, I'll pull up Facebook.
I have found that I really don't pull it up that much anymore.
I don't know why I do, because nothing's ever really changed, and Facebook kind of makes me bummed when I read it.
Right? I think primarily I'm getting more social feedback from the streaming group that I'm in than I was getting in Facebook. So with Facebook, it's just you're looking basically at the past. Like, people have posted things and you can comment on those things, but there's not necessarily immediate feedback, or sometimes you're seeing stuff from days ago that just happens to pop up in your feed.
Yeah.
And I don't have the patience for that. I have always preferred when you could get the timeline in an actual fucking timeline, not the snippets of different people over, several days.
The Facebook algorithm works really weird.
Yeah. That is one of half a dozen reasons why I don't really use Facebook that much anymore, because I wanted to see everything that was happening right then.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I get in the Discord that I'm in, or in any Discord. If you want to join our Discord, come and do that. And I'll have far more inkling to pay attention to what you say in that than I ever would if you friended me on Facebook.
Yeah, I really enjoy Discord.
Yeah. So to that end, I have no fear looking at how much time I spend on Facebook, because I don't spend that much time there. I will occasionally look at it. Whenever Dueling Ogres pops is when I check Facebook anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Just to see our interactions?
Yep, or if somebody actually tags me in something. Like Ginger will tag me in stuff occasionally. Or family will tag me in stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the only time that I'm really looking at it for the most part.
Do you have your phone set to let you know if you're tagged?
Yeah. Yep, I do.
I don't know why I check Facebook so much. Like I said, I never really post anything.
I dare say that I spend more time on Instagram than I do Facebook.
Really?
Yes, but that's just because I like scrolling through pictures.
Mm.
And I still don't do that very often. Again, usually only if I'm tagged, but it kind of opens up the door. So like if I'm tagged in something in Instagram, I'll pull it up to look, and then I'll just mow through, a couple hundred pictures before I'm like, okay, I'm done.
I don't follow that many people on Instagram.
Do you not?
No, not really.
The Instagram that I have is actually the Dueling Ogres Instagram.
Yeah.
So, I've tried to do some liking of people here and there that are, artistic or creators of some kind, or streamers, or, a little bit more into that entertainment aspect of it. I do have a fair number of like real life people that I have followed as well on there, but by and large, I'd say it's a pretty mixed bag.
Yeah. And you said they're doing the same thing with Twitter too?
No, Instagram and Facebook. Facebook owns Instagram.
Oh, Instagram's. Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was Twitter for some reason.
Nope. Now, this is apparently only going to be available on mobile.
But it's not available yet?
No. Oh, no, it looks like it's available in the US now, but will roll out to the rest of the world in the coming weeks. So let's see if I have a Facebook update. I don't. So I don't know if they just haven't pushed it yet, or if it's here in the next day or two that they're going to do it. I don't have an Instagram update either, or if it's going to update from within the app. I don't know. Sometimes it'll do that as well. When I was looking for it earlier, I couldn't find it, and they don't seem to be calling attention to it if it's there. But yeah, I mean, if you think that you spend a lot of time on Facebook, you probably spend a hell of a lot more than you realize.
Oh, yeah.
That's the nature of technology. Is like, man, I've been on Facebook for a little while now. It's been a lot longer than you think.
I would say I probably spend most time on Reddit more than anywhere else.
Yeah. And that's the other thing is we talk about, I know I've bitched about how I don't have time to do some of the things that I want, but I've also admitted that sometimes it's just my lack of motivation.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a particularly motivated person, and I like to sit down and just veg for a few. You know, some people can just go all day and they're fine. I can't. I have to sit and just let everything wash off of me that is going to wash off, and let my brain wrap its head around whatever it has done throughout the day.
Yeah. I'm the exact same way, but probably to a way higher degree than you.
Yeah.
I work an 8-hour shift, and I'm like, well, time to veg for the rest of my life.
Right. I work a 10-hour shift, and that's where I get my vegging in.
Yeah.
It seems like. But even still, you're still in the work environment. So when you get home, you want to just relax in your own home and not at work where you can potentially have to get up and do your job at any given moment.
The Black Lotus, Remington, is the most expensive card in all of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Arguably the most famous card in all of Magic the Gathering.
Yes. I would say the latter.
And the former. It's both. The former.
Yes.
It's an artifact, costs 0 to play, comes into play, tap it, sacrifice it, add 3 mana of any one color to your mana pool.
Yeah.
That is a super huge leg up in any sort of play. There was only 1,100 of them printed, so they're all very rare.
Right. And we are talking about the original Black Lotus.
Yes.
Right? Not any copies and remakes. And Black Lotus came out in alpha, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They had a beta version.
Alpha and beta, and I don't think they printed one in unlimited. I think just alpha and beta.
Yeah.
A Black Lotus just sold on eBay. It had a 9.0 rating out of 10, so you know how they'll rate cards.
Right.
Like they do comic books. Had 9.0 rating, sold for $87,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the condition?
9 out of 10.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed it.
The highest ever sold was a 10 rated Black Lotus that sold for $100,000.
Wow.
Yeah. But still, $87,000. Why you would sell it on eBay instead of trying to find a private collector? I guess for ease. But eBay takes what percentage? 10% of what you sell?
I don't know. I've never actually sold anything on eBay.
eBay takes a percentage of your sales. 10%, 20%, something like that. I could be way off the mark, but I know it's something that's not insubstantial.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. To sell a card like that, to have eBay take as much of a chunk as they're going to, seems wasteful to me.
So $87,000. $87,000. So they took $870. No.
$8,700.
They took $8,700.
If they take 10%.
Yeah. Wow. That's lucrative.
Yeah, seriously. eBay's making a lot of money with everything that gets sold there on a daily basis when you think about it.
If the markup is 10% on it. Okay, so we just asked Google and verified that it is 10% of the amount you were paid, including the item cost and shipping, and PayPal charges 2.9% of the payment received plus a 30-cent transaction fee. So not only is eBay getting its share, but PayPal is too if you use PayPal.
Yeah. So everybody's getting a taste.
Everybody's getting a taste. Yeah, that's amazing. That's incredible for a little piece of cardboard.
Yeah, that's one of those cards I would love to own.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to stumble across one now, there would be no justification for me to keep it.
Right.
As much as I would want to. I would almost want to own it more than having the money from it.
Yeah.
Just as a collector's item.
Yeah.
But it's hard to justify anymore coming across that saying like, I can keep it and frame it, or I can sell it for potentially 80 grand, 80 to 100 grand, depending on what it's rated.
Yeah.
You'd have to sell it.
Yeah, you would. I mean, I would. But then again, I have no inkling about anything. I'll sell almost anything that I have.
For the right price.
For the right price, anything's for sale, including my body.
Yeah, that's true.
For science, not sex.
But also sex.
But also sex.
Scientific sex. You're going to put a beaker where?
Where? Going back to some other tech news, Google is reportedly bringing back a search engine to China. This is very interesting. So back in 2010, China had passed a lot of rules about their internet where they were basically blacklisting different websites and controlling the free speech of the internet.
Yeah.
Google pulled itself out of there. They were like, we're not going to be a part of this. Well, apparently...
money talks.
Apparently, money talks. They had cited that attempts to limit free speech on the web was the reason they had pulled out. But it is still one of the world's biggest single market for internet users, despite the limited web presence or the blacklisted sites. Censored. That's the word that I'm looking for. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, I got dumb for a second.
There we go.
The web is heavily censored in China, with the country's so-called Great Firewall stopping citizens from accessing many sites.
The Great Firewall.
The Great Firewall. Information on topics like religion, police brutality, freedom of speech, and democracy are heavily filtered, while specific search topics like the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests and Taiwanese independence are censored completely. Advocacy groups report that censorship in the country has increased under President Xi Jinping, extending beyond the web to social media and chat apps. So there was a whistleblower who talked to The Intercept, which is where the report originally came from, said that they did so because they were against large companies and governments collaborating in the oppression of their people. They also suggested that what is done in China will become a template for many other nations. So apparently they're going to be launching potentially a censored version of the Google search engine under the codename Dragonfly, and they've been working on it since the beginning of 2017. The search engine is being built as an Android mobile app and will reportedly blacklist sensitive queries and filter out all websites blocked by China's web censors, including Wikipedia and BBC News.
Man, Wikipedia, that's a rough one to block.
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, there's a lot of free speech on Wikipedia as well.
Yeah.
Even though they do try to do their best to keep it as full of information as possible.
They try their best to keep Wikipedia as neutral as possible as well.
Yeah, exactly. But the information that's available on there would be information such as Tiananmen Square, just as an example.
Yeah.
This article comes from The Verge. According to The Intercept, Google faces a number of substantial barriers before it can launch its new app in China, including approving from officials in Beijing and confidence within Google that the app will be better than its main rival in China, Baidu. Google previously offered a censored version of its search engine in China between 2006 and 2010 before pulling out of the country after facing criticism in the US. In recent months, though, the company has been attempting to reintegrate itself into the Chinese commercial market. It launched an AI research lab in Beijing last December, a mobile file management app in January, and an AI-powered doodle game just last month. Although this suggests Google is eager to get a slice of China's some 750 million web users, ambitions to relaunch its search engine may yet go nowhere. Reports in the past years of plans to bring the Google Play mobile store to China, for example, have so far come to nothing, and Google regularly plans out projects it ultimately rejects. So yeah.
Regardless, Google wants a slice of that lucrative
China
Asian
pie. The Asian pie, which I assume is full of noodles.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go for the low-hanging fruit of like
there was a lower hanging fruit than noodles.
Cats.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I didn't want to go there, Brandon, but you made me.
You know, this past Sunday I had Filipino meatballs, and they were some of the best meatballs I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They were
Where'd you have homemade Filipino meatballs from?
My dad is pastor of a new church.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
And it was his congregation. It was basically bring your own food. And there's a Filipino lady who goes to his church.
Yeah.
And she brought fried rice and homemade Filipino meatballs.
That sounds delicious.
And yeah, they were pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks for God, Dad.
Thanks for these Filipino meatballs, lady. God's cool, but these Filipino meatballs are the bomb.
That's where it's at. I also play badminton. I learned I'm pretty good at badminton.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm terrible at cornhole.
Yeah.
If you're not from this area, you probably don't know what cornhole is. I don't think cornhole is not a nationwide sport, is it?
I don't really know. I think sport is a loose terminology to use for it. Game.
Cornhole is a sport. Cornholing is a game. I mean, that's all I can think about when people talk about cornhole is the term cornholing.
Yeah, of course. It makes sense.
Yeah, ever since the 90s with Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. So, Brandon, how do you feel about nature?
I hate it.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, I've got good news and bad news.
Okay.
The good news is there is a mama duck that somebody found who has been rearing a brood of 76 ducklings in a Minnesota lake.
76
ducklings. So apparently...
Is that a picture?
Yes, this is a picture.
That's a shit ton of ducks.
That is. It's a whole bunch of duckies. Apparently, a Minnesota-based wildlife photographer, Brent Sizak, was headed back to shore before a summer storm when he spotted the common merganser he would later nickname Mama Merganser, which is a type of duck.
Okay.
A merganser. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but that's what I'm going with.
Close enough.
At first, the mother duck was being followed by a brood of more than 50 fluffy ducklings. However, when he spotted the group again, the total had grown to 76. So this is from a website called thisiscolossal.com. Quote, I happened to find this group of mergansers purely by luck, but I was absolutely amazed by what I saw, Sizek tells Colossal. At the time, I didn't know anything about the species, so I wasn't sure if what I witnessed was a common occurrence or something out of the ordinary. All I knew was that I had never seen anything like that before. Although the aquatic birds are known to lay their eggs in nests of other ducks, a female duck can only incubate 20 at any given time, explains Ken Kaufman, field editor for Audubon. It is most likely that several dozen of the ducklings lost their mothers and were adopted into Mama Merganser's own brood. Sizek plans to continue following the extra-large family and post his findings to Instagram. To learn more about Merganser habits, read the National Audubon Society's piece on the surprising spectacle, which I will put a link to this, and then if you want to click through, you can check it out there. There are a lot of pictures.
Yeah, I would check it out for the adorable pictures.
Yeah, because this is just a score of baby duckies going into the water off of the shore. Oh, they're all so cute.
Yeah, that is a massive amount of ducks.
Another piece of this is not only nature but history. Apparently, we had found some worms frozen and have resuscitated them. So there are these microscopic sample of worms that were suspended in a deep freeze in Siberia for 42,000 years and have come back to life after being defrosted. 42,000 years, Brandon.
Yeah, no, I was trying to look at the picture.
Oh, it's just
a worm, really.
Just a worm,
gross
really.
Looking
just
worm.
Tiny little worm. A nematode. The findings represent the first evidence of multicellular organisms returning to life after spending a long period in Arctic permafrost. Nematodes are tiny worms that typically measure about 1 millimeter in length and are known to have impressive abilities. Some are found living 1.3 kilometers below the Earth's surface, deeper than any other multicellular animal. Certain worms that live on an island in the Indian Ocean can develop one of 5 different mouths, depending on what type of food is available. So they very quickly changed their genetic makeup as needed.
Yeah.
One sample was collected from a fossil squirrel burrow near the Alazaya River in the northeastern part of Yakutia, Russia, from deposits estimated to be about 32,000 years old. The other permafrost sample came from the Kolyma River in northeastern Siberia, and the age of nearby deposits was around 42,000 years old, the scientists say. So they had found 2 different species of worm, one 32,000 and one 42,000. So 10,000 year difference, both were resuscitated.
Damn.
The isolated worms represented 2 known nematode species that I'm not going to read because those are big, long Latin words. After defrosting, after defrosting the worms, researchers saw them moving and eating, making this the first evidence of natural cryopreservation of multicellular animals. This is not the first organism to awaken from millennia in an icy suspension. Previously, another group of scientists had identified a giant virus that was resuscitated after spending 30,000 years frozen in Siberian permafrost. That makes that nematode the oldest living creature on the planet.
At 43,000 years old.
At 42,000 years old, yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, it's interesting, too, because that means that we could potentially be exploring other planets and find life that can survive, that can be thawed out.
Yeah, absolutely.
If life on other planets is remotely like ours at all.
Yeah. Well, even if it isn't, a worm, a nematode is pretty different from a human being, even though it's a multicellular organism. I've been very lazy about shaving and it's starting to get itchy.
Yeah, I know. I get that too.
Yeah.
Right through here.
Yeah. Is that amazing to you at all? It struck me as
absolutely
crazy amazing.
It is.
So Viscount Terry actually passed this story off to me.
Oh, okay.
The article that I had, or that he sent me, was different than the one that I actually ended up pulling up for the day. This is from the Hindu. I think his was from Fox News. They both said about the same thing, though. So,
yeah, no, I find it interesting. Not just interesting, but amazing that things can live that long and effectively suspended animation.
Yeah, that's very crazy. And we already know how to freeze something. It's the bringing it back that's the difficult part.
Yeah.
So, and we have places that have frozen humans in the effort that we might be able to resuscitate them later.
You're talking about Walt Disney's head?
Yeah.
There's still so much we have to learn about.
Yeah, because we don't know how to bring anybody back.
Just nuke them.
Duke Nukem?
No, like microwave.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
No, on thaw.
Still a terrible idea.
I disagree.
It still cooks.
Dueling ogres. Disagree. Disagreeing ogres.
Yes. Disagreeing ogres.
Speaking of things you might disagree with, Remington.
Okay.
Civil rights.
I disagree completely.
No.
Nobody should have civil rights.
This is an older story. I've been meaning to bring it up forever. It just always falls to the back burner.
Yeah.
But 2 of the last 3 Blockbusters in America closed. Blockbuster Video.
What?
There's 1 Blockbuster Video left.
Is that the one in Alaska?
No, the 2 in Alaska in Fairbanks and Anchorage closed.
Oh, really?
The Blockbuster, if you want to visit the last Blockbuster in America, it is in Bend, Oregon.
Bend? Or like Bend, B-E-N-D?
Yes.
Bend, Oregon.
Bend, Oregon. It's a privately owned franchise, apparently.
Yeah.
The guy who runs it says that he has enough regulars that he can continue to keep it in business for now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Huh. See, this is a prime opportunity for this guy. Now he can actually buy the Blockbuster name.
There's still a bunch of Blockbusters in other countries, though.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, like Scandinavia and stuff.
Well, fuck that. That's dumb. That doesn't count. That's not America.
He's owned this business for over 20 years.
Wow. That's impressive. Well done, sir. Well done. And I'm glad you have enough regulars that they keep you going strong.
I was looking,
or at least keep you going.
I was looking up this story because I've had this in my notes forever, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
And there was like 5 or 6 different major news organizations, like Fox News, Vice News, who were like, we sent our reporter to the last Blockbuster in America, and here's what they found.
Hi, my name is Paul, and I guess I'm the last Blockbuster. So everything's okay.
You want to rent a movie?
You want to rent a movie?
Oh no, you're just on your phone, huh? You're just using Netflix to watch it, huh?
I mean, I've got it over here. It's physical. You can hold it. It's been handled by at least 3,000 or 4,000 people.
It's gonna have some fingerprints on the DVD, but that's okay.
Yeah, it'll still play.
Blu-ray, what's that?
Oh, jeez. Well, that's an endearing tale of things not dying when they should.
Do you care about Blockbuster closing completely? I mean, we haven't rented, as a society, we haven't really rented movies in forever.
I can't even tell you the last time that I rented something.
You have Redbox, and even Redbox kind of has that reputation of being, like, trashy.
Yeah. I don't know. All I know is that Ginger used to work at Blockbuster.
Yeah, because I remember you and I and Ginger, one of the first times I ever met Ginger, actually.
Yeah.
We went to Blockbuster during a closing sale.
Yep.
During their going out of business, and I bought some movies and like some decorations and stuff super fucking cheap.
Yeah. And
good
that
memories.
was good memories.
That's my Blockbuster memories.
That's my Blockbuster memories.
Okay, my other two before, because I don't want these sitting here because they're not that interesting, so I'm just going to rush through them.
Okay, go for it.
GameStop has their Pro card.
Yes.
That gets you 10% off of pre-owned games, and you get some other stuff with it.
Yeah.
They also had the Elite Pro card, which was $30 for a year, and you got double everything. You got double points for trading in stuff. You got more money for trade-ins. You got less money or more money taken off of pre-owned games.
Okay.
This is a pretty good deal if you buy pre-owned stuff pretty regularly.
Yeah.
They're discontinuing that.
Gee, I wonder why.
So anybody who has one can renew it until today. So you can't renew it if you're listening to this now. So whenever it runs out, it just runs out, and you have to go back to the basic card unless you get the $15 a year one.
Does it have a lot to do with them being bankrupt?
They're
Or
supposedly
going
being
bankrupt?
sold.
Ah, okay.
So that's what I've kind of heard through the GameStop subreddit anyway.
Ah, I
I
see.
have the Elite card, but mine's going to run out here in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
I debated renewing it because it is a good deal.
Yeah.
It really is. You get a pretty decent amount of money off, especially with how they jack up the prices of their pre-owned games now.
Right.
But I just didn't have an extra $30 to spend on something I may or may not use.
Yeah. Understandable.
Also, MoviePass. I know Jesse Starcher of...
Besides, Brandon, if you really need games and games on the cheap, you can just click on the link below for Humble Bundle and sign up for the Humble Bundle monthly and get all kinds of games in a plethora of ways to play.
Remington, I'd be a fool not to do that.
You would. It's only $13 a month.
$13 a month. I don't have that kind of fucking money.
For like over $100 worth of games.
Get out of here. Fuck you. Get out of my house. Get out of my life.
You ruined my ad.
Oh, were you going to submit that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't have to submit it, but I was going to use it as an ad.
Oh.
That's okay. I'll leave it all in. You know, and I know that Humble Bundle is a very good
Humble
deal.
Bundle's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry. We can genuinely redo that if you
No,
want
it's fine. I think it's funnier to leave it in like this.
$13 a month.
Fuck you. I don't have that kind of money. Seriously, the Humble Bundle monthly, you can get literally hundreds of dollars worth of games for just $13 a month.
Yeah. And even if you don't do monthly, just the regular Humble Bundle is fantastic.
And you can find random bundles where they have games for incredibly cheap. You can also get ebooks, software, all sorts of things.
I don't even have my computer hooked up at my new place.
Yeah.
And I still will buy the Humble Bundle sales. I'll still check them and be like, fucking $6 for 5 games, for 8 games? Sure, I'll buy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a disgusting amount of Humble Bundle games built up now. I need to start giving some codes to you to stream.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, you're getting free games and shit. You don't need my codes.
Not very often.
Often enough.
The Twitch Prime, which is an extension of Amazon Prime, gives you free monthly games.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't have Amazon Prime, and to that extent Twitch Prime, you can sign up in the link right below the Humble Bundle one. And give me a kickback from that. But you can also get free monthly games from them. I think they usually do like, I don't know, 5 or 6 games a month. They're mostly indie titles and stuff like that, but still, you know, they fit into a rotation. You build up a nice library. I've got stuff to stream for, you know, probably years now in a very short order. So,
my other story I had real fast, Remington, was MoviePass, which Jesse Starcher of the Source Material podcast uses and talks about quite a bit.
Yeah.
Raised their prices from $10 to $15 a month. Are you familiar with MoviePass?
Not entirely, no.
Basically, you paid $10 a month. You could see like 2 movies a week or 3 movies a week or something like that.
Yeah.
For free. You paid your monthly fee and that was it.
Huh.
Well, they are going under very, very quickly. So they're trying to kind of bail out water. They raise their prices. And Blockbuster movies for the first 2 weeks are not included anymore.
Oh, wow.
So I don't imagine they're going to stay around for very long. I know from seeing Jesse post, he was very pissed off at the price hikes.
Yeah.
Apparently it was cheaper than $10 even at one point. It just hiked up again.
Wow.
So, yep, that is my little block of businesses failing.
I think that's as far as, like, I guess you could call it a streaming service goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, paying for the rights for these movies is an expensive thing, and I would assume that the companies who own the franchises themselves, once they realize the potential of a site like that, say, well, you know, we're going to have to start charging more for the rights for you to do this for free.
Yeah.
Or for a subscription. So, yeah, it's an unfortunate thing because that's a cool little
Yeah, if you see a lot
idea.
of movies, it's a neat idea.
Exactly. If you
they
do
just
watch
keep
a lot of
adding
movies.
more caveats on top of more caveats.
Yeah. We got caveats upon caveats.
It's just I'm caveated out.
Or caveated within caveats. Caveats within. Because I feel like a caveat is like a dip into.
Like a carrot.
No.
Like the...
Oh, like that?
Yes.
No, that's not a caveat.
It's a carrot.
Well, that's a carrot.
Yeah, like a...
That's a
literary carrot.
Yeah. That's an insertion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a caveat.
No, a caveat would be like this. Like an upside down carrot. Right? Isn't that what you're saying?
No?
I don't know.
Well, yes. As far as like, if you were to visualize it, yes, it would be like a valley.
Okay.
A caveat.
A V.
I don't even know if that's the fucking truth. It's just in my brain.
What are we talking about?
I have no idea. In my brain, it feels like it would be a valley. A caveat would be a valley.
Yeah.
That something would get shoved into.
Is it because it sounds like cave?
I don't know. Maybe. This is dumb. I don't know why we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Why did you let me do this, Brandon?
I don't know.
Why did you let me do this to us? I'm going to talk about some game news now.
All right. We're going to wrap up with some game news.
We're going to wrap
we've been
this
going
up
for a while.
It's only been 2 hours and 7 minutes, which will probably get cut down to like an hour and 30.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Stardew Valley has added multiplayer in a free update. So did you play any Stardew Valley?
Oh, yeah.
I know it was a loaded question, but I didn't know that it was going to get you off, too.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Whoa, Stardew Valley.
I played a shit ton of Stardew Valley.
Now, do you think multiplayer will be something that'll bring you back?
If I had friends to play with, absolutely it would.
So if anybody plays Stardew Valley still, you can totally get a hold of Brandon. You should stream it. Brandon, it should be like the first thing you stream.
Stardew Valley's not super conducive to streaming.
Brandon, people stream World of Warcraft. It's not either. Just do it.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just talk to people, and now you can bring people in and play with you.
Yeah, I would.
You can bring people in and play with you. I'm so excited.
Ah!
This is gonna be your thing.
Stardew Valley.
Yes, you can be the Stardew Valley guy.
Okay.
On Dueling Ogres.
All right, I'll be the Stardew Valley guy.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah, multiplayer is exciting.
So they're letting farmers invite several of their pals to help out around the homestead. Multiplayer entered opt-in public beta testing at the end of April, and it's now finally ready to launch. This was literally today. Today's update, version 1.3, also brings new things for all farmers to enjoy, whether they play with farm friends or solo. Look forward to a new winter festival, new items, and new character events.
Ooh.
The option to respec skills, new monsters, and most important of all, hats for horses.
Hats for horses?
Hats for horses.
Hot damn.
Stardew multiplayer lets one head farmer have up to 3 pals helping on the farm, either online or over LAN. Farmhands get their... That's a typo. Farmhands get their own cabin on the farm to decorate and build up as they please, and they can have their own relationships with characters. The boss gets final say in some matters, when events start mostly, but everyone's efforts go to the same cash pool.
So if you're helping me, the only thing you're getting out of it is playing the game and helping. You're not actually making money yourself.
Yeah. Neatly, the Steam and GOG through the GOG Galaxy client versions support cross-platform play, letting Steamers and GOG heads play together. So if you have it on Steam or you have it through GOG, you can cross-play with each other, despite the accounts being different.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Yeah, because I've got it on Steam and I also have it on Xbox.
As for newness, everyone can enjoy. Look for the floating market, visiting for 3 days in winter, meet new monsters, and find new treasure in the Skull Cavern Plant crops indoors with pots, decorate your farm with colorful new doodads, and pay big bucks to respec your skills in a hidden spot and take some of the work out of keeping livestock with new gizmos that can automatically milk and shear them.
Ooh.
Yeah, so pretty cool. And then continuing on the game news, No Man's Sky had a massive update. So, Brandon, we talked about No Man's Sky. You were incredibly excited about the procedurally generated space exploration that was No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And then we were disappointed by it not having even a third of the stuff that was promised.
Yes. I still enjoyed No Man's Sky quite a bit. I wasn't disappointed as much as the rest of the internet was.
Yeah.
I still put probably 200 hours into No Man's Sky.
Oh, wow. 200 hours?
Oh, that's nothing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still new to this whole gaming thing. I don't know how many hours I put into anything. If I can't finish it in like 4 streams, I'm done with it.
Yeah. Like Skyrim, literally thousands of hours in Skyrim.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So 200 hours isn't too much. I mean, it's still a lot of hours.
It's not that much.
I want to pick up No Man's Sky again for the Xbox. They just released it for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
I want to pick it up again so I can play it on my big screen TV with my Xbox controller.
Right.
On high settings without having to worry about my graphics card.
Yeah.
Which is kind of dated at this point.
We'll get you a capture card and you can stream that too.
Fuck it. We'll stream through Mixer.
What? No. Capture card. We can just go right into the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody will see you playing on Xbox. It'll be fine. It'll be cool. You can get one for not that expensive.
They're like $100, aren't they?
Yeah. I'll get you one. If it gets you streaming, I'll get you one. That's all I want. I want Brandon to be a face on there too.
Yeah, so No Man's Sky, their update, they added multiplayer.
Yeah, they finally added multiplayer.
Honest to God, multiplayer. You can see yourself in third person. You can see the other people now too. You can fly around and explore together. That's what we need to do. You need to buy No Man's Sky for your computer, Remington.
Yeah.
I can buy it. We can meet up and explore and fly around together.
Yeah, that would be cool. Absolutely. Let's see here. So this article is from Engadget. The reporter Nick Summers it feels like it's more than just an article talking about it. It's his experience about it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to go ahead and read through it real quick. The huge No Man's Skies update has landed. Now we've had some time to relax into new material economies, multiplayer adventures, and horrific alien eggs that will ruin your day. Do we feel differently about the contentious space exploration game that promised so much and didn't quite deliver? The Engadget team outline how their Odyssey is faring this time around. Oh, so this is actually from multiple people. I won't read the whole thing. No Man's Sky, this is the excerpt from Nick Summers. If you want to read the rest of them, there will, of course, be a link down in the description below. No Man's Sky is an excellent chill-out game. I can easily spend an entire evening just walking around and mining resources with a good playlist or podcast in the background. I do, however, have a problem with the game's overly ambiguous crafting, trading, and upgrade systems. I often spend as much time, if not more, with my laptop and a fan-written guide open. To craft one item, I regularly need 2 other items, each of which requires 3 minerals to make. With limited inventory slots, at least at the start of the game, this item rabbit hole quickly gnaws at my zen-like state. The recent Next update has rectified these issues slightly. I was overjoyed, for instance, to step into a new space station and find a terminal offering extra inventory slots. The new base system, which lets you build a home almost anywhere, is a nice distraction from the mineral gathering grind. I also appreciate the tagging tool that makes it easier to track and find points of interest. And of course the updated visuals, including the all-new third-person view, make wandering and pillaging even more relaxing. The core crafting, though, is still convoluted. I was disappointed to land on a planet, locate a drop pod, and discover that it needed 3 advanced items to repair. Pre-patch, they merely required credits to unlock. I spent the next few hours Googling the appropriate materials and powering my portable refiner. A few hours later, I jumped into my ship and headed for the nearest space station, hoping to sell some of the materials and free up a few vital inventory slots. I then went back to the planet only to discover that it was nearly impossible to find my partially repaired drop pod again. Frustrated, I saved my adventure and went to bed. The next update unquestionably makes No Man's Sky a better game. The procedurally generated universe, though, still has its quirks. I know that many people adore the game's complicated systems and the feeling you get from finally unlocking a new multi-tool upgrade. there's a pleasure from finding the most efficient way to mine a particular item or material. Sometimes, though, I wish everything was a tad simpler. If the game had more intuitive hints like you can find this plant in caverns, or you'll need the portable refiner for this, I could spend more time zenning out and fewer hours trawling forums. So yeah, what did you think about it? Did you have any trouble with that, or does it sound like you might have trouble with this new patch?
It sounded like there might be some new stuff since I played it last.
Yeah.
Because the plants didn't really matter when I played before.
Yeah.
The plants would either just give you silicone, some of them would give you oxygen. It's been so long since I played it, I don't remember. Not oxygen, carbon. Some of them would give you silicone, some of them would give you carbon, some of them would heal you.
Yeah.
So there were all kinds of plants that you could flag, but they all gave you the same base things.
Right.
So maybe now they've added more plants with more rare ingredients. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But I haven't played No Man's Sky in quite a while. But yeah, I really enjoyed what I did, and I'm excited to go back and try it again.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I don't know how much it is. I know that. I think it's down to like $30 now, isn't it?
It's $50 on Xbox still.
Is it?
It's down to $30, and you can get it on sale a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, with that, I don't know. It might be something that I might be interested in picking up.
I think you'd enjoy it. It's very relaxed.
I don't mind doing those sorts of things as long as I have somebody to do it with. So it would be very much something that we would potentially want to play together.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I've gotten with WoW as of late. I don't mind playing with Ginger, but otherwise
just by
I don't.
Yourself, you're kind of like whatever.
Yeah. That's kind of where I've come with that.
Well, you're so used to having people in your Twitch chat now that you're growing up now with gaming with other people almost exclusively.
Sorta, yeah. I mean, absolutely, kind of. I mean, I haven't been playing any multiplayer games, really. I would like to, but I stream at such an odd time that I don't have a lot of people who come by my chat. Last night was pretty poppin', though.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so thanks for everybody who stopped by.
Yeah.
You can actually see it on our website whenever I go live as well. There's a little box. It doesn't autoplay. You have to click on it, but there is a box right under the scrolling thing for the last few episodes that we've done, and you click on that and it'll play the stream live.
Yeah, it's a cool new feature you added in.
Yeah, thanks. So that wraps us up, yeah?
I think so, yes.
If you have any questions or comments or you'd like to hear yourself on air, you can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737. Also, you can reach us on Twitter at Dueling Ogres, email us at Dueling Ogres, or leave a comment on the Facebook page like these nice people. Brandon, go!
We had 2 comments this week. I had a comment from Wizard in the Wardrobe Keisha, who left a GIF image of Stone Cold Steve Austin yelling, "And that's the bottom line," because Stone Cold said so.
Yes.
And then a more substantial comment from Viscount Terry W. Irvin II, who said, "Super Friends wasn't in the 1960s. I know 60s or 70s. Either one is a heck of a long time ago, right?"
Yeah.
Absolutely it is.
Yes, it is. We are old and you are older.
He said, with the James Gunn and even Roseanne Barr thing, it's political correctness being used as a weapon, which seems obvious.
Yep.
While accusations and anger are directed at a prominent individual who probably shouldn't have a Twitter account and can be career-shattering, I think the real target is fans of those individuals, people who like their movies or television shows or music or whatever. The weapon's effectiveness would be seriously blunted if employers like Disney or Fox or whoever didn't knee-jerk respond.
Yeah.
Wait 2 weeks and the internet mob will be all capsing about some other outrage and the current atrocity will be pretty much forgotten.
Yeah. And that's really the case. I mean, we see that constantly.
Yeah.
So as a big company, I'm right there with Terry. You don't need to pull a knee-jerk response unless it's like, a proper abuse of power or, taking advantage of somebody. Terrible off-color comments aside, if there is no proof that he was acting on any of these impulses, then
yeah,
the
James Gunn thing especially was more meant to hit the fans.
Yeah,
it was meant to get him fired, but to also give a middle finger to the people who followed him, and it was all political. It was because he was very outspoken against Donald Trump.
Yeah,
so it was meant to hit the people who like James Gunn, who also would be outspoken against Donald Trump.
And the same thing with the Roseanne thing. It was fairly political as well.
Yeah.
Apart from the racist overtones, there was a lot of politicalness involved in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because the person themselves is a political figurehead, individual.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. We also had one comment in the YouTubes from Blutonian. Thank you very much for commenting again. We very much appreciate it. The crossover worked for me, he said. Started from Twitch and now I'm here. So when we were talking about YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And also he wanted us to talk more about Star Wars, which we did.
We did.
So there you go, Blue. Thanks for the comment. Much appreciated. Everybody else out there, make sure to subscribe on our website at duelingogres.com for new shows and articles pertaining to some of your favorite geek news. You can go over to just duelingogres.com/subscribe. I did take down the pop-up for a moment because for some reason something's kicking around my website. It's making it a little slower, and I'm not entirely sure what it is.
I've noticed that whenever I've gone there recently, a couple days in a row to our website to check things out, and it is so slow to load.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm gonna roll it back a little bit. I think there are plugins that you can use that basically scrunch your site that's supposed to make it faster, but sometimes they don't work as well as they purport. So I think that is the major culprit.
That something is doing the opposite of what it's supposed to be doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I switched to a different one because I like the image squash.
I like that image squash.
I like that image squash plugin that they use. So I was like, I like this company. It's doing some good things for my website. I'm going to try their website squisher as well and see how that is. And I think that might be part of my problem.
Okay.
So I'm going to switch back to the old one that didn't seem to have any issues.
All right.
I still have it on there. I just have to activate it. So all the settings will be the same. Everything will be G2G.
Yeah. So go to the site and check out. There's a lot of good articles on there.
Yep.
Nothing newer, but there's still good articles on there you can read.
Absolutely.
I would say timeless.
Timeless indeed. And finally, be sure to find us on YouTube, iHeartRadio, or leave us a 5-star review on iTunes because that helps to boost us higher on the cool kids list or anywhere else you can find a podcast.
Yeah. Except Stumble Upon, as we've said before.
Yeah, but I think that joke is dead now.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Nobody cared anyway. Nobody cared from the get-go when I was like, oh, we're on Stumbled Upon now. And I mean, there's usually silence, but I could hear the silence that time.
Yeah. It's officially, so we're declaring a moratorium on Stumbled Upon jokes?
Yep.
That's fair.
Okay.
I'm glad I could be the person to kick that horse one last time.
Me
and
too,
you put
buddy.
your hand on my shoulder and went, hey, man.
That's enough.
That's enough.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. So until next week, Ogres, keep your clubs blunt.
And your tusks sharp.
Good night. I drew it out for you. You didn't think I was going to.
You went good night really quick, too.
I did.
And your tusks sharp. Good night.
Good night. Should we start doing it like that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Good night.
Now I have to pee.
Damn it, Remington. You pee-filled son of a bitch. You pee-filled pea guy.